Welcome to my vlog, Healed by Life. I'm Sam Malik, wishing you peace, joy, and healing. The Divine Lamp. So imagine a lampshade with a perforated surface. Each hole on the surface of the lamp letting out some light, while the solid areas are blocking some of the light. As the light passes through the lampshade, it hits the walls of the chamber the lamp is hanging in. The holes now create a pattern of dark and light on the walls of the chamber. So we have the light bulb, the lampshade, and the patterns on the wall manifesting through the lampshade. The light bulb is the divine or the divine light. The lampshade is man, containing the divine light. And the walls of the chamber are the universe surrounding the lampshade. Our dilemma is that we are not aware of these relationships. Man does not know what it means to contain the divine light within. The poor lampshade keeps staring at the walls of the chamber, not realizing that he is projecting the images on the wall, searching for deeper meanings independent of his own relationship to the images. The lampshade thinks that the images on the wall hold the meaning of life, and they do in a secondary way, but the lampshade itself holds more meaning, through which the images are being projected and manifested. If the holes in the lampshade change, the images on the wall change also. But poor man keeps wanting the images on the wall to change him. In other words, he wants the outside world to change him on the inside. If there was no lampshade, then there would be no images on the wall. Everything would be light only, bright, pure, divine light. If there was no bulb, then there would only be pitch darkness, no life at all. So you can now visualize the relationship of the divine, man, and life as projections and manifestations from within each other in the correct order. If a particular image on the wall is not to our liking, then we have to learn to rearrange the holes in our lampshade, and thus we can change the image on the wall. When we are depressed, afraid, or anxious, the holes start closing up, and the universe gets darker and darker. When we are relaxed, trusting, and loving, the images become clearer and more beautiful, more healing. Modern science has been a study of the images on the wall, independent of the lampshade and the light bulb of the divine. Therefore, its truth is limited, even though it is still observing some divine light, so there appears to be some truth to science also. All these elements together and in their correct order of proximity are a better way of understanding the truth about man, life, and the universe. So this is yet another way of looking at the world inside and outside man, and healing is a part of this process. If we keep staring at the shadows on the wall only and think they will reveal the truth of our creation and existence, which I have already stated seems to be the modern scientific method, then the information we receive is not only far from the truth, but often leads to emotional and psychological problems, and can even lead to mental disease and imbalances. When we finally understand who we are in relation to the universe, healing can begin. It's amazing to realize how important we are in the universe and how integral to its working. This knowledge gives us immense emotional healing. The denial of the light bulb, the divine, is not only another untruth, but also damages you tremendously by breaking the connection of the soul from its divine source. Most people who do this have emotional problems with religion or their particular religious experience, but end up sacrificing the divine. When you cut yourself off from the divine, the source of truth, then you develop a false sense of the self, which is conventionally called the ego. The false ego leads to many problems, including diseases. Staying connected with the divine truth, which is inexpressible since it is beyond logic and rationality, will help you arrive at lesser truths after distortion, which can be expressed and shared. These lesser truths are still superior to lies and untruths. That's why it is important to keep trying to define the divine, as mentioned earlier. The lesser truths are more healing than outright lies and are well worth the effort. This is a good place to talk about the concept of lacks also. The divine as the absolute source lacks absolutely nothing, truth, reality, and healing included. But everything created lacks something or the other, or it would turn back into the divine source, merge back with it, so to say. The divine has no equal in his singularity and therefore has no opposite. This divine characteristic also echoes through the created universe. Many things have no opposites, so hate does not exist, as love is absolute. But hate is simply a lack of love. Disease is a lack of healing, anger is a lack of gratitude, etc. If you look at the visible universe, can you see hate, or does it only exist in man? Can you say that certain atoms hate certain other atoms? And that's how a rock comes into being? Not really. This sense, feeling of lack creates great distortion in life. We should also talk about the word prana or life force. Perhaps another name for love? Prana is what animates each atom, every being, plant, animal, and even human beings. It is the life-giving energy. When a person does not receive prana, like the light of the lamp, he dies. If your organ, say your heart, does not receive enough prana, it becomes diseased and eventually will stop working. So disease is often a lack of prana, in addition to the other problems listed before. Prana needs more discussion, which we will get to eventually. Please watch the videos on this channel and get familiar with my healing philosophy before you contact me for individual appointments via my website healedbylife.com.